Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of December 2024, right through the end of January 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And just before I start, I want to make you aware that this deck, it has a rogue card in it. It's not like all the other cards, but I don't want you to freak out and think it shouldn't be there. It actually belongs to this deck, and not everybody gets this card because it's a very special one, but I thought I'd let you know before I start, okay? So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know regarding their career and money situation? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? Now, before I even start, basically, I'm scrying at the same time as you're reading, and in the water, I can see a bottle of champagne, and it's on ice. Hasn't even been opened yet, is what I can see there. So either there is some sort of cause for celebration coming on in, that perhaps you're delaying the celebration on, or maybe it comes in as we change between 2024 and 2025, the cusp period, as it were, because normally champagne, it's like New Year's kind of drink, perhaps, maybe not, I'm not sure. I don't really drink alcohol, so I don't know, but it can be that there's something that you will be celebrating, or perhaps there's something that you're not telling anybody right now and you are going to reveal it later on. I mean, champagne on ice can indicate celebration to come, okay? It could also indicate that someone gifts you a bottle of champagne as a token of appreciation. That's what I've got coming through so far. I'll leave that image there, so please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but I definitely see here that there will be something to celebrate. That image only comes through when there is cause for celebration. Normally, it's 2 champagne glasses clinking, celebration, but because it's on ice, it feels like it is to come or it is on hold, okay? Could even be a project that you're delaying or you have on hold right now, and it will be something that you will celebrate. It feels like it is to come. So yeah, I'll leave that image there. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you've just popped open a bottle of champagne, or you've got it on ice right now as you're listening to this reading. So please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate. Yeah, look, there we go. In the resistance position, we got the 4 of Wands. Now, that's like you got it in the reverse. But the 4 of Wands is to celebrate something, and it's on hold, or it is delayed, or it is just something that is to come. So, yeah, even the cards are reflecting the energy that I've got coming out for you. So thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I can see you're super busy right now, my beautiful Virgo. The next coming weeks, I feel like you will be multitasking. I feel like you will be in a period of being very flexible, focusing on a lot of elements of your career sector or your working environment, whatever it is that you need to do. I feel like you have a to-do list, and I feel that you're ticking things off that to-do list. I also feel like, of course, you're multitasking, but I see a lot of you like moving money around. So it could be that your savings are going to, you know, increase, but it could also indicate that you're like moving money around to make certain bills work at this time, fluctuating finances, you know, easy come, easy go. Like you get paid, and then of course you have outgoings. And some of your outgoings this month, you may expect that they are going to be a little bit higher than usual. However, I do see that you are able to save, and anything that you put out, it seems to come back to you. So either you are reinvesting in yourself or your business. If you're an entrepreneur, for example, it could be that you're booking a course of learning, or you are networking or holding an event that's going to increase your potential to have clientele, or extends your reach, shall we say. Or for some of you, if you work in a company, it could be that you are diversifying how you work so that you can open your skill set. Ask yourself or your boss to put you on a course that increases your potential to have more money, okay? Because you're going from a 2 of Pentacles here to a 6 of Pentacles, which means better pay or fairer pay for the amount of work that you put into whatever it is that you're doing. Now, some of you, not all of you, but some of you may even think about second streams of income at this time, diversifying or having a side hustle, maybe even seasonal work at this time as well. Because I get this energy of you increasing your finances, and the universe is sending you a surprise. 6 of Pentacles indicates, you know, you don't even see this resource or this opportunity coming. The universe is going to pleasantly surprise you and is being extra generous with you at this time. This is a card that indicates the universe exhibits generosity, reminding you that the world is full of pleasant things as well as some crazy things as well. And we all witness those at this time. But let's move past this energy and tap into what's going on with you. Now, for some of you, not all of you, if you've come to this reading and you were either made redundant, or you had to walk away from a toxic work environment, or you know, you had a contract and it's run its course, I feel some of you may be a little bit anxious about the next position. You may be looking at your finances and feeling that they're dwindling or that they are fleeting at this time. But I do see that Knight of Pentacles energy here, there's something being offered to you. So if you're searching for a new role, I definitely see one coming on in. And it feels like, because the 4 of Wands is there, you know, the 4 of Wands is celebration, or it can indicate, you know, a feast date. Again, I'm being brought to like New Year's. So it could be just after New Year's that you will celebrate a new role coming in. So I feel like you start this in the new year. It's really... let's put it that way, it's like a high status role is what I'm being given. It feels like it's right on time. You may feel like you've waited a long time for this, but it's a great opportunity that you're destined to take. And I feel it's fairer pay, and it almost feels like you start at a certain level, pay, position, and then you increase that pay as you move through this role and grow in it. So it could be that it's a starting salary, or it could be like a probation period, but it increases. That's what I see there. So if you are looking for a role, even if you're in a role right now, if you put your resume out there and you're looking for new opportunities for the new year, I definitely see one coming in that's like the one for you. I mean, the 2 of Pentacles can indicate there's a couple out there that you'll have to choose from, but there's one that comes in that you're like, that's it. That's the job I've been waiting for. And I feel like you seal the deal on that, okay? Now, of course, not everybody is going through that situation, but I needed to tap into that energy at this time. And with a lot of respect, I'm going to disconnect and focus on the majority energy that's coming in on this reading. Now, the first card there for you is the pendulum, which can indicate, of course, fluctuating income, basically, okay? And it really partners with that 2 of Pentacles. So this can indicate that you're making your money and your resources go a long way, saving a little bit, spending a little bit, acknowledging that what comes in will be going out, of course. And for some of you, this energy, it could indicate that you're making money available for new projects, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Could be that you're starting up second streams of income, or, you know, you're setting up a secondary business. Could be that you are using certain money to invest in new ideas, and I feel like you're being really practical with your finances at this time. Even if you work for a company, it could be that you are spreading your money around so that you take down any repayment plans at this time, a little bit of spending, treating yourself, but at the same time trying to save as well there. You know, the 2 of Pentacles along with this card can indicate that you're balancing your financial commitments at this time, as well as your job, okay? So it's like fluctuating income, indecision, new strategy, seasonal work, work, job change, and making choices. Now, of course, this card, I always am drawn straight away to the spelling mistake in this card. So a lot of you could be really focusing on your work and being really diligent this month and spotting any mistakes. Now, when it comes up, whenever I look at this card, I do see the mistake, but it's not being given to me as strongly as it is now. So I feel a lot of you could spot a mistake, and it's someone else's mistake, and I feel like you correct it, almost like saving the day this month. And I feel this could set you apart from people. I'm actually seeing like a surveillance camera in the water as well right now. So that can indicate that you are literally keeping your eye on performance. If you're an entrepreneur and you have people working for you, it could be that someone makes a mistake and you spot it, which really saves you time, energy, and money. It could also be that you're just keeping your eye on your projects, performance, and your progress at this time. I mean, some of you could also be increasing security regarding your business, like if you have like a lockup, or if you are renting a premises, for example, if you're an entrepreneur. Or if you work for a company, it could be that, you'll have to change some passwords regarding like technical security. That's what's coming through there as well. So you may actually have like a phishing email come through from IT department, which is almost like a test to see if the firewall is working. And I feel like you're very savvy. You spot it straight away that actually this is a test, and you do not click on that link. And I feel, again, it sets you apart as being someone who is very astute, very diligent, and of course that you are really on it when it comes to the privacy of the working environment, that you're not willing to like share a link, or you're not willing to click on something that is not connected to the industry that you work in. You're very savvy, and I feel there's a lot about privacy. I mean, the surveillance camera could also indicate that you are feeling micromanaged by someone in your working environment, and you feel that they're always watching you. But looking at the energy here, I feel for some of you, if you've been tested by this person, I feel like they are aware that there is an up-and-coming opportunity that they feel you would be perfect for. And I feel a lot of you may not see that at this time. You're just seeing the tests, and it's making you feel a little bit frustrated. But I feel all will be revealed in the new year, where things get reshuffled. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. I see a lot of you, there is a potential to be headhunted as well in January in particular. Okay, because a lot of you, this can indicate that you, with the pendulum, it's like you're paying a little bit of time and attention to one project, then swinging to the next. I feel like you have a lot on your plate right now, and I also feel like you're trying to balance your work ethic and your work life with your personal life. So I feel like a lot of you may be running errands as well during this time and trying to keep all those plates spinning during the next coming weeks. It does say like seasonal work, job change, making choices. Okay, so I did pick up on the seasonal work aspect, but I feel a lot of you may be just in a review period of looking at how much effort you put into your working environment, and whether there are other opportunities out there for you to increase your finances and just do what you do best. So I feel with that Two of Pentacles there, this is an energy of looking at your options, being flexible. I feel, of course, you are busy. This is a card of having a lot on your plate. And the Two of Pentacles can also indicate that, just as you complete one thing to get it finished for the end of the year, another thing comes in. It feels like things could stack up in the next coming weeks. But as you start to close out the year, I feel the energy starts to become a little bit more balanced and easier to manage, is what I'm seeing there. Two of Pentacles can also indicate that you're weighing up your options, okay? And I definitely see a lot of you thinking about how far you've come this year, all the setbacks or the accomplishments that you have experienced. And I feel like you're looking at how you can invest in moving forward in your career sector, okay? Mainly, I feel that you're keeping an eye on your progress. And I see a small increase coming in when it comes to your finances. This could be in line with inflation, for example, or, there is like a standard kind of pay that everybody gets. I feel you could see that increase, but a lot of you, if you haven't received a bonus already, I feel there could be a little bonus coming regarding the role that you're in as a token of appreciation for you going above and beyond throughout the year. I feel there's more to come. So some of you may be thinking about, should you stay? Should you go in the role that you're in? But if you stay, I feel like there will be some opportunities opening up for you. But if you go, I feel also a lot of you will find an opportunity that pays more before you actually leave to go there. So you could be putting your resume out there. Now, the Eight of Swords can indicate that some of you are feeling a little bit anxious, okay? And if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that, you know, money comes in, but it comes in sporadically. There's never a set amount that you can bank on, as it were, coming in. So you may be a little bit nervous about the fluctuation of finances, even though you may be doing very well. It's like maintaining and sustaining, and that can put a little pressure on your shoulders, especially this time of year. So I feel that, you know, there is an increase in your finances, and actually you're in a really good position. But sometimes, especially when you work for yourself, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're a freelancer, it can be that you never know how the money's going to go, or you always feel like you have to work extra hard to maintain a certain plateau. And it seems like either the industry that you're in, or, you know, the governing bodies, it's almost like they are moving the goalposts, is what I see. And you have to remain flexible within this industry. It's always like they want more and more and more. And you may be really feeling it as you start to close out the year, because a lot of you, you're exhausted, okay? Now, there's this energy here of, now, I'm going to give it to you as I'm being given it, okay? So some of you may have experienced a setback in 2024, and I'm being given that it is not a failure, okay? We always learn from setbacks. It's a learning curve. It's not a failure. We don't actually fail. We learn. And I feel there's this energy here of, and it's, maybe it's a famous sentence, I'm not sure, but I'm being given this energy of like, it feels like a quote. It's like failing forward. Okay, but you're not failing. It's almost like if you've had a setback, it means it happened for a reason, so that you could make progress, so that you could move forward. So, for example, if you had to walk away from a toxic job or environment, or even a toxic person in the working environment, for some of you, you may have been made redundant. You know, don't see this as a failure, or see it as a setback. See it as the universe wanting to propel you forward towards something greater, because potentially you may not have left that position, and they need to give you a little bit of a nudge, because there's something better coming here for you. So I want you to be aware of that. But for the rest of you, if you feel that you're not content with how things went in 2024, I really feel that you cannot see the good stuff that's coming towards you. And although you may be feeling a bit stuck in your everyday circumstances, you know, Eight of Swords indicates that, of course, there's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of pressure. You have a lot on your mind, but can also indicate there that you're feeling a little bit stuck in a routine. 8 is the number of the self. So a lot of you are doing some soul searching, protecting your inner peace, especially in a working environment, especially if you work in retail during this season. These two cards are like, okay, I've just got to get in the zone and not allow the impact of so many people rushing to perhaps gift, or, you know, the sales and all of that. Is like, protect your inner peace. And the same could be occurring in the working environment, because I feel a lot of you are busy. It almost feels like that final push, or the final flurry before you complete the year, and everybody's super busy. There may even be some people who take off some unexpected time, and it may mean that you have to take up the slack. And that Eight of Swords, it's like, protect your inner peace. It really is that you've got your work hat or your work mode on, and it indicates here that, you know, you're not allowing anyone to mess with your focus at this time. Now, for some of you as well, there is an energy, of course, of anxiety. So I'm going to pull a card on this. It can be that, you know, a measure of time. You may feel that you have deadlines on your plate. Some of you may even be balancing two roles, or you may be studying for something else or working on something else at the same time as having a job, and you're just feeling it's a little bit overwhelming, and you're just feeling super exhausted at this time. So I feel Knight of Cups. You know, there's something being offered to you. You've got two knights here, which means something coming in that is in alignment with your heart desire. It feels very much like you're revitalizing your spirits for whatever it is that you do. You're following your heart, and whatever it is that you're attracting right now, I feel you're going to love it. There is an offer coming in. But also, you know, the Eight of Swords, it can indicate that someone that you work with, whether it is your boss if you work in a company, or whether it is you're an entrepreneur and you want to give more to the people that you work with, it just feels like you want to give more, but your hands are tied. There's this energy of hands being tied on something, okay? And things will reshuffle as you move into 2025, if that makes sense. So if you're an entrepreneur and you have like several people working for you, it can indicate that you want to give them a token of appreciation or a bonus or something like that, but you feel like you have to wait until some sort of audit is done or until you know where you are with your books, for example, and you may be holding off on giving that token of appreciation, but trying to kind of like raise workers' morale and kind of like, again, it comes back to that champagne on ice. It's like, it is to come, but it has to be on hold right now. And for some of you, especially if you're a freelancer, it could be that you're due to be paid on some job that you did that's ended and you haven't been paid yet, and you're starting to get a little bit anxious about this payment. It feels like the person who owes you, it may be like a knock-on effect, like their hands are tied, but it will come to you, okay? I feel like it will be paid. So ultimately I see that there's nothing to worry about. However, I feel for some of you, you may need to remind someone who owes you money that they need to pay up within a certain allotted time. So if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you have a certain client who hasn't paid their way. You may need to send them a little gentle reminder that they have like 28 days or 14 days or whatever it is to pay their way. And it just gives them a little fire up there, you know what, to get all their ducks in a row and pay you, for example. So that's coming through there as well. I mean, the majority energy I have from the Eight of Swords there, it can indicate that some of you, it's you tapping into what's important, prioritizing your needs at this time and not feeling overwhelmed, managing stress levels, because remember, Eight of Swords, swords are of the mind, and it's like trying to protect your inner peace, not worry about the state of your industry. It could be that things are changing at this time, but I actually see here with the Wheel of Fortune that you're in a really great position and things are going to get better, but they go through cycles, just like the stock market, for example, sometimes it fluctuates and it goes up, sometimes it crashes, So I feel your industry, there may have been some sort of seasonal lull recently and you may be worried about that, but I definitely see things will pick up pace and there's more money in your pocket. On a personal level, a lot of you with that Six of Pentacles, I feel you may get a rebate. I'm definitely feeling bonus for a lot of you. There could also be some sort of financial incentive for you as you move into the new year. But ultimately, I feel like you're sent a resource, but also some sort of financial reward for your hard work. And a lot of you may be moving into a role or a position that actually pays more fairly. Okay, so it could be that you get a price adjustment or a pay adjustment, for example, when it comes to what you offer in terms of your work. If you are an entrepreneur, it could be that you're adjusting your prices for the new year. I feel some of you may increase them in alignment with like inflation, for example, or certain aspects of the industry go up a little bit. So you have to factor that into your pricing, which is fair. And also some of you, it could be if you're like working for a company, it could be that there is a price correction or a pay correction when it comes to your work. And it means you get a small increase there as well. Now we got Spiral. A lot of people think, oh gosh, this is an awful card, but actually it is to spiral upwards. It is a trajectory of reaching the top. So it says here, out of control, climbing the ladder, upward trend, revisiting a job, promotion, connections. So a lot of you could be returning to something that you used to love doing. It may feel like a course correction, or this is something that you're mulling over at this time. I definitely see that you're following your heart on something, but because you have so many cards of duality, there is this energy of like, could I do both? Is there something that is a stable position that gives you like money where you know when it's coming in, like a long-lasting contract? Can you do something like more creative or more adventurous on the side? So there's something extra coming on in. So some of you could actually do 2 streams of income, especially because of that 2 of Pentacles. A lot of you, if you've already got second streams of income on the go, I would say make sure you don't spread yourself too thin, because I feel like you're going to be super busy this month. But I feel a lot of you could actually return to something that actually brings in more money for you. Okay. And I'm also being given an energy of a connection with someone or something that it's almost like you bump into someone from your past, or you're at an event. There's some sort of like networking event or something that brings people together where you may meet someone from your past and be like, hey, what are you up to? And they're like, I'm doing this. It's really lucrative. And they may tell you about it, and maybe something that you're like, I could do that. So it may be something that, you know, you can move forward with. Or it may be that they offer you an opportunity where they are at, or they tell you about something that's going to be very beneficial for your career in general. Because I'm getting an energy of like reunion, or, you know, people coming together who are like-minded in industry, networking, or do similar things, and it's like there is an opportunity that actually will increase your finances being offered to you or told to you, and it's something that you can use your ingenuity and do yourself. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. I mean, this card, initially, it's in the resistance position, so it indicates a promotion or an opportunity on hold. Okay, but it does go into the upright, which means all the blockages or all the obstacles that were like keeping this position on hold, they get released, okay? And I feel something gets offered to you in the new year. That's what I'm feeling for you in particular. Now, we do have that 4 of Wands. Initially, it's in the resistance position, so a lot of you may have felt a little bit out of harmony with your working environment, or feel there's lots of changes going on in your industry and you feel that things are a little bit uncertain. But I actually feel that things will plateau for you in a really positive way, and you're empowering yourself, and I definitely see promotion vibes or some sort of higher status in your industry being made available to you, and it will increase your finances. But the 4 Wands is like celebrating later. For some of you, it could be that you're waiting for results on something and then you'll celebrate, even though deep down you know that you did quite well on this. But that 4 Wands, it actually means that, you know, it's time to celebrate, network, peacock your work, really get yourself out there, especially if some of you are working on, you know, projects behind the scenes. You may be waiting for the right moment to launch it. I feel it'll be very lucrative for you. But this is a card of important connections, okay? And we've got connections here as well. Some of you may be invited to an industry event, or maybe it's a seasonal work event and you get talking to the big boss. Or if you are the big boss, it could be that you, go to a networking event or a seasonal event where you meet people who could really invest in your industry, or could actually open new doors for you, because I definitely see new doors opening, and it's almost like they swing wide open in 2025 for you. This year, it felt that you were tested and you worked really hard, and I feel like you've passed the tests, and I feel now is the time to really move towards celebration. And some of you, not all of you, I'm getting a small percentage of you doing something from home. This is a homecoming card, okay? So it could be that you do something creative in the home space, or it could be that you decide that you want to change your hours, because I'm seeing a clock right now, very unique clock. It looks very sort of Art Deco clock. It's got all these like shards of glass or mirror around it. Very different, very unique. So maybe this is something you're going to see over the next coming weeks or months. I mean, maybe you're going to work at a building that actually has that, or have a meeting or an appraisal or some sort of, important connection to this building, or a mirror that looks like that. And I'm just being given that you're going to be on top of your targets. You're going to reach, any deadlines that you are trying to aspire to. And I feel a lot of you are not wasting time. You're not procrastinating at all. And what else is that? It could be that because a clock is featured, it could indicate that you are taking an earlier approach, changing your location or changing your schedule. So you may decide to work from home a little bit, work from the office if you have an office, or for some of you, if you work for a company, it could be that they are going to change location. or there's some sort of refurb going on. Well, you'll return to it once they've done the refurb. Because that Eight of Swords there, it can indicate that there's a lot going on, it's very busy, and it's distracting, so you may actually decide to either work from home or be seconded to a different branch for some of you there. Now, of course, the Four of Wands in the resistance position, it can indicate that if you're paying attention to your industry, which of course you are, my beautiful Virgo, you may notice there's a lot of people leaving, there's redundancies or changes, things shutting down. So that may be something that you're a little bit anxious about. But looking at your outcome energy, I feel fortune favors you at this time. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, as I said, which means suddenly the universe pays some generous attention to you. And of course, we've got the Crown, you know, being a boss, taking charge, making progress. So I feel, you know, this is about empowering yourself, knowing that you're very gifted and talented at what you do. And the outcome energy indicates a very auspicious time for you in your industry. Now, a lot of you may also be problem solving this month. I do see that a lot of you may notice a mistake that someone else has done and you'll correct it. And I feel like you'll be heralded as someone who, you know, saved the day, as it were. But we've also got this Knight of Pentacles. Now, initially, it's in the resistance position. So it can indicate that some of you are a little bit worried about money, or you feel like you're not being paid what you feel is right for the job that you do. Because I see a lot of you taking on more and more and more, or doing more work, going above and beyond, and feeling that the pay has somehow stifled or stayed at the same kind of plateau for quite a long time. And you're due some sort of increase. There's definitely something coming in for you. When you get this card, I definitely see that there is a fast pace about you at the moment, but things will plateau and slow down to a nicer pace there. But something financial is being offered. So it could be a new job for some of you. It could be a new project. I mean, when you get a Knight of Pentacles, it means you work hard for your money, okay? You proceed with integrity, you persevere, and true grit will take you to the top. You're someone who's dedicated, you're committed, and you are looking at working effectively and efficiently and making sure that all your needs are met in a healthy way, as well as that your skill set is utilized fully. You know, this is a card of dedication to your industry or your working environment. And you may notice a lot of people who are not, and you may notice that these people get opportunities and you may be like, why? I don't understand it. And for some of you, the situation that you're witnessing, it could be nepotism, that they, you know, are connected in some way to the boss or to the industry or to a person who like works in the industry. But I feel there is an energy here of you being noticed for what you do. And it's like the time has come for you to elevate or to be in the inner circle, as it were. Some of you may actually be invited to an industry event or an industry dinner that is like top table. It feels like people in the know are creating a space for you at that table. So I definitely see that you're on the up and there is something to celebrate, but it feels very much like you're pausing or waiting for the right moment to celebrate on that, but you will. Now, what else am I getting with that? My guides have given me, okay, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. Okay, so I'm really getting an energy here that a lot of you are also focusing on your health in the working environment, managing stress levels, but also I get an energy of you being very generous with your time. There's a stable position here. Some of you may actually give to charity. Okay, if you're an entrepreneur, it could also be a period where you give some of your money to charity. And I feel like you're giving the money to charity out of the goodness of your heart because you're leading with your heart. But also, especially if you're an entrepreneur, there may be some sort of offset. I don't understand what that means, but that's what I'm being given. So I'm just going to leave that there because I can't really talk about something I don't know about, but that's what's coming towards me as well for you. And I also feel that because of your generosity and your diligence and your hard work, it feels very much like there's some good karma coming towards you, and there's a major breakthrough ahead for you there as well. I mean, your outcome card is the Crown, which means you know that you're really awesome at what you do, and although sometimes you may be a little bit modest, you work really hard to be where you're at right now. And I feel that, you know, this is a period of empowerment for you. This is about you taking leadership positions or taking charge of your career sector and really blazing a trail is what I see there. It says overcoming obstacles, power play, wealth owner, boss, taking charge and making progress. And some of you during this time, you know, if you work like in a steady job, I feel some of you could be working behind the scenes to set up an entrepreneurship, become your own boss. And I definitely see that you are someone who is destined to have your own business or be your own boss, okay? So I feel you're making it happen if it hasn't happened already. And if it has happened already, I see increases coming your way. And I get this energy of working smarter, not harder, trying to utilize outsourcing opportunities. So if you have your own business, it could be that you're giving some of your priorities to like a PA or an assistant, or maybe your accounts to an accountant, for example, so that you can focus on being a little bit more hands-on in your business and do things that really excite you. Okay, a lot of you right now are thinking about diversifying. Okay, so whether it's to move your business overseas for better financial opportunities, or whether it is trying new approaches to your working environment so it just feels like smoother. Some of you may be even like changing your schedule or the way that you compartmentalize your work. You know, for example, if there's something that really drains you, you may shuffle it to the top of your pile so that you tackle it first thing in the morning, so that you've got all your energy and all your focus on that. And then, everything else, you sort of slot it in after that, rather than doing everything else first and then getting to the task that really drains your energy and you're already exhausted. You're like, I can't face this. So I feel a lot of you are going to get a lot done, but you may be just shuffling the way that you work over the next 6 weeks, which is going to be truly beneficial for you indeed. Now I've got the Wheel of Fortune, which of course indicates cycles ending. So this could be you closing out the year on a high, but I feel this good news or whatever it is, it certainly comes in just after New Year. That's what I'm feeling. I mean, for some of you, you may have got it a little bit early, but the majority of you, I feel this good news comes in the new year. And this card indicates that it is very beneficial. A change in fortune is arriving for you. But also this card can indicate if you're launching something and you're not really sure how it's going to go, fortune favors it at this time. I feel like you're taking a calculated risk on something and you're backing yourself. And I feel like you are, I just heard top dog. So, I mean, some of you may be adopting a pet, but I feel more than anything, top dog pretty much represents you being at the top of your game, being pro at what you do, and being recognized for it as well. I mean, these two cards together indicate major surprise, and it's a financial one at that. So could be someone pays you like a large tip, or it could be that someone gives you a bonus or, a expensive token of appreciation. Some of you, it may be champagne, for example, but it could also be that you get to treat yourself because extra finances come in. But more than anything, I feel the Six of Pentacles is an evaluation period, and you get to reinvest in yourself, in your industry, savings. You may be focusing on like pension plans and things like that. And I feel there's almost this energy coming through that for some of you, you've done a good deed for someone in the past, like a favor. It's coming back. Next 6 weeks, it's coming back. So if you have done someone a favor, I feel, expect it to come back like a boomerang. You didn't do the favor to get something back in return, but I feel it will return to you. And if someone owes you money, this person may try to approach the situation to give you that money back. Some of you are like, I'm never going to see that money ever again. Okay, but I feel this person may kind of offer a little something towards paying you back, and eventually this person will pay you in full. Okay, so if this is like a family thing or a friend thing, expect someone to try and pay a little bit towards you. Okay, now I'm being given energy of like benefactor from this card. So it could be that there is someone who offers you an award or a bursary or a really good piece of information who helps you increase your wealth or your potential to change your status in some way. That's coming through there. Like a wealthy benefactor may like purchase your paintings if you're an artist, or it could be someone invests in your business because they believe in your product or your goods or services. It could be a brand deal that comes in if you're like an influencer, for example. Someone who raises your profile is what I'm being given here as well. Now, Of course, on a personal level, Six of Pentacles indicates your money will fluctuate. However, I feel like you will be able to save a little bit more. And it is a little reminder, of course, never to overspend more than you have, is what I'm being given there. So both cards regarding finances indicate a fluctuation. So I feel December in particular, it's like money comes in, but it will be replenished. It feels like it goes up and down, and your money will stabilize a little bit more in January, where you get a little bit more opportunity to save. But what I see, and this did come up for another sign, may resonate, may not, but I have to mention it. It may be that you get paid early in December, or earlier than usual from your pay date. And you may then need to make that last a little bit longer. So for example, if you get paid every 4 weeks, right? And in December you get paid a little bit earlier, it could be that you now need to extend that early pay for 5 or 6 weeks, because the next pay date will actually be on time, if you know what I mean. So I feel like you may need to be a little bit more vigilant with your finances, because you have to make that amount go a little bit longer, or it feels like that even though it's not. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. I do feel a lot of you, as you close out the year, it's more of a review period where you're looking at where you want to take your career to next, and how you want to launch new things or new ideas or new ways of working, so that things are fairer. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Okay. So I'm just going to clarify what we got already with a different deck. And it looks like the energy is clarified. So we've got temporary. Okay. So you may have many jobs. It says there, but I feel it's many tasks, okay? For some of you, it's many jobs. Like many years ago, I had 3 or 4 jobs on the go, and whew, was I tired, but I also felt really fulfilled, and I was, making progress and all of those things. But it says, you may have many jobs before finding the one that you love. Money comes and goes, okay? That clarifies what I feel here. But more than anything, I feel it comes and goes because as soon as you get paid, it goes out in bills, okay? And I feel a lot of these outgoings, I feel like you know about them. I don't see any surprise bills here, okay? I would say there is this energy that perhaps like a direct debit that you're due to pay, it comes out early, which could put you in deficit if there isn't enough money in the account. Sometimes that happens. I would keep an eye on your direct debits at this time, because I feel there is a potential for something to be taken early, because I'm getting this early payment kind of energy coming from your reading. So I would just keep an eye on that just to make sure, that you have yourself covered. But other than that, I don't see anything else like untoward there. And it says here, many talents. You have a lot of skills to discover and use for good. Don't sell yourself short. And I definitely see you valuing yourself. There's like a financial exchange check-in going on for you over the next coming weeks, where you're looking at all the hard work you do, as I mentioned, and you're seeing if you're getting a fair amount of pay for it. And if you're not, I feel like a lot of you are taking yourself elsewhere. You're not selling yourself short, because that crown energy indicates you're empowering yourself. You know that you're gifted and talented, and you're the best at what you do. Okay, so you are not going to sell yourself short there. And we've got good luck. So that connects to that Wheel of Fortune energy, which means better luck available to you on the horizon. And it says everything you touch blooms and thrives like magic. Changing fortunes. I think I actually said those words. Your fortunes are changing. There is a change there in your luck. So I really see that this comes in like as you're in January, okay? The better luck thing. It feels things shift. I would make a wish. I feel like you're actually taking money blocks out of your way, and I feel like you're working really hard for whatever it is that you're accomplishing, but I do see something else being offered as a cherry on top of whatever it is that you do. Could be a lucrative client, a deal, an opportunity, or even some sort of move, or even an investment if you are into investments in industry or even on the stock market. I do foresee a dip in the market because of Mars's retrograde. I would just be a little bit mindful of that, but I do see that anything that kind of goes down, it will go up again. So yeah, I will leave that there. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we've actually only got one button. Interesting enough, it's got a clock on there, so please look out for a very interesting ornate clock, okay? It looks like there's shards of glass around it. They're two-tone, so some of them are like glass mirrors, and the other ones are still kind of mirror-ish, but they look a little bit like smoky, okay? It looks very Art Deco. This could be that something arrives right on time, or you get good luck in and around the time that you notice this clock. Could be you see it in a movie. Could be that you see it walking down the sidewalk or in a store or in the mall. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And we've got a cat in a hat, okay? Now, the hat, this is the second time you've got some sort of headgear in your reading, because we have a crown there. So this is about your crown chakra, to know how good you are at your skill set. But also this is about having confidence in your skills. And for some of you, you may know that there is something good coming your way. You may feel it. But cats tend to represent independent energy. Some of you are trying to launch an independent business, or if you are independent, I feel there's some really great things coming your way. And there's some playing cards in that cat's hat. I hope you can see that there. So it can indicate that some of you are taking a gamble or a risk. It's a calculated risk, but I feel like you're backing yourself and you win. Okay, so I definitely see some really great things occurring there for you. I'm just going to have a look. There's actually a wheel behind. You probably can't see that. It's like a little cog in the wheel. Okay, and I feel like you're not a cog in the wheel. You're independent, you're unique, you have a skill set that sets you apart from other people. And I feel a lot of you could be looking at the knowledge that you have right now and trying to move into being more independent in your working environment and basically setting up on your own. Or even if you already work on your own, it could be that you have a unique idea over this period that sets you apart from competition, and you really sort of like launch it. You don't know how it's going to go, but you're thinking, okay, it's weird, it's wonderful, let's try it out. And actually a lot of people are attracted to it. And I see you get more attention, but also an increase in your finances. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Virgo. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.